Well, Shen gets the kill. Oh, I'm getting chased down, but I did bubble myself, which was great. Probably saved me right there. Oh, what's the action doing? What's happening? Yeah. B, but then move your camera back down. God, I want some proper replays. Still working my Rod of Ages. Look like I'll be able to afford it. That's good. The 20-minute mark, that's fantastic. There's probably still a lot of game left, so it's going to max out. I have no doubt about it. Still not watching the action. That's great. I'm such a good commentator. I don't know. Garen dies. Okay, Garen, it could still be, like, I wasn't impressed by Shen when he came out, and yet obviously he's a really good character. But Garen, and it could still be that they're still in the learning phase and they don't really know how to use him yet, but it strikes me that he's not that great a character. I love his mechanics. I love the idea of him. He seems really good in the laning phase. But other than that, he gets himself killed a lot. And he doesn't necessarily get that many kills. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Clearly, Demonac and I are getting the dragon right here. I keep bubbling him because he's tanking. Plus, he can probably auto-attack for a lot more damage than I do. I do have to watch out throwing those tornadoes in the bush, because if anyone was on the other side of that wall, they would know where we were, and they'd be able to gank us or stop the dragon. They're chasing Shen, or they're chasing Garen, where our Shen God comes in with a taunt. I miss my tornado, but I am able to slow down, although it's a little bit redundant with the exhaust. We're going to give chase here. They do have the turret. There's two of them. I don't think we're going to be able to do tower dive them at this point. I am able to tornado Nasus, which makes him a little bit vulnerable. He's going to take a little bit of damage, but Demonac is forced to run away. I do the ultimate to buy him a little bit of time there, since I'm pretty sure there I did not, cause us to lose a kill by knocking the enemy away. I was hoping that Demonac would get a little more healing out of it, but he stayed away from me, so he didn't get any. So I believe I canceled it early at that point. But still, we're pretty much at full health. What are we going to do here? I'm going to drop my Q ability, hit this creep wave, although I missed the starting guys. Looks like we get down another turret, we kill the Tristana. The game's going really well at this point. Oh, there's a bit of a team fight there! Our Twitch goes down, but we are able to get the rest of them, no problem, even though my tornado didn't hit anything. We're going to take down this turret, no problem. One thing I forgot to mention about the ultimate, you don't have to save it for battle. It is perfectly reasonable if, there has just been a lot of fighting and your team is a little bit low, to just pop the ultimate purely as a way to heal outside of combat. So Tristana's got to pull a move there. I pull a little further back than I should, but I'm low on mana, I think is part of the issue. I don't think I'm using my clairvoyance as much as I should either. Summoner spells on Janna, you are able to get away with some more of these supporty things. While clearly I could have used, a flash or something for an escape a few times, in theory I should not be in a position to take that kind of damage too often. If I position myself properly, I should be far enough away from the action that I'm not on the front lines, especially as a support type build, that I can make do without Ghost, without Flash. I do have a very high mobility speed. I should be able to outrun most people, assuming I'm not CC'd. I suppose there's an argument for Cleanse there. But I do like Clarity because you need to keep her mana up, and what Clarity does is it allows me to avoid going with a really heavy mana regen build. So it kind of balances out. I mean, one way or another, you sort of need a way to regen mana, so you're either going to do it through items or summoner spells. If you do it through summoner spells, it means you can get different items, and if you do it through items, then you can get different summoner spells, so it's all a wash in the end. But I'm quite comfortable playing with Clarity, so I go that way. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, but so you're able to take Clairvoyance, which is something that frankly every team should have, but I'm not doing a very good job at this point in the game of using it very often. I usually think about it more in the laning phase, although the laning phase is having such difficulty. I've been thinking about it. I'm going to try to save Malphite here by doing the knockaway and then healing him. He was able to get a lot of healing out of that. The tornado slows him down so much. Shen is able to bubble Malphite. He goes in with a taunt, grabs Garen. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a kill, but it's kind of amazing. I think that was like a 3-on-5 fight, and we are going to survive. Man, they're low. So close to getting some kills there. But they're not going to be able to defend this turret. We're definitely going to be able to push in here. I think I throw another tornado. That's going to help kill the creep wave. Might even ping one of the heroes. We get a taunt on Tristana, so she's stuck there. Goes down instantly. Katarina jumps in the middle of us. She's not going to be able to get a kill. We're going to force her back, although she doesn't take too much damage. Little tornado there. Hits a couple of them just as a harass. I take some tower damage, but luckily I was bubbled, so I didn't take a lot of damage. We get another creep wave. So I'm at half health, but I do have a good amount of mana. As long as I'm careful, I should be okay. Oh, that bouncing knife did hit me. Throw another tornado in there. Hit all the minions. Don't hit any heroes. We get a taunt on Garen. Takes a good amount of damage. We're not going to take him down. We're getting a little bit low here, myself included. So I'm forced to stay back. Another tornado there to screw them up. Oh wow, I'm going to die to Katarina. I walk right into her ultimate like a big noob. If I had my tornado available, I could knock her out of that ultimate. At this point, yeah, Garen goes down. Twitch is there. He might be able to pull off a kill. Malphite's really low. But no, Twitch goes down. Malphite's going to go down. You know what? I blame myself entirely. We get haste. God damn. If I had not walked into Katarina's ultimate, then I would not have been dead, and I may have been able to support my team and save people, if not get a whole bunch of kills, because the enemy team was low. If I'd been able to knock them up, just stun them a tiny, tiny bit, yeah, I totally blame myself there. I'm going to see if I can defend that bottom turret. I do move quick, but I don't know if I'm going to move quickly enough. We do lose our outer middle turret. Shen is going to defend our inner middle turret. Set up a tornado. I think I just launch a tornado and then move to the middle, because that's where the action is. These creeps are mostly going to be taken out by the turret. I just want to slow it down, buy some extra time. Of course, by the time I get to the middle, there's no team fight anymore. I'm going to take another drink, so maybe my voice will get squeaky again. We'll see. I should have just had a beer for breakfast. You know, beer right before I drive myself to work. I think that's an excellent idea. Alright, so we're going to get ourselves a red buff here for Shen, which is a great buff for him. I mean, he's got that rush forward move. He's definitely in a case to land a hit with it, start to slow down, start to dot. I sure as hell don't want it. It puts way too much pressure on me to be offensive, and I think that's a really bad idea with Janna. Now, I do have my Rod of Ages, which does make me more survivable now. That's good. And it looks like I'm trying to build a Soul Shroud. I can use a little bit more mana regen. Now, of course, I could just finish my Chalice, but I decided to pick up the Mana Manipulator first. And I think going Mana Manipulator as like my very first item on Janna is maybe a really good idea. And it's possible that I didn't do it simply because there was a lot of people on my team that don't have mana. But I think the cooldown is going to be pretty good. The cooldown reduction is going to be good for me, but also good for everyone on my team. I can certainly use the mana regen, but I think I'm primarily buying it for more survival, since I'm obviously getting focused quite often. And then the cooldown reduction. So I'm going to try to go for a tough build here. Now, I think that in a lot of games where, you know, you've got the right team composition and maybe a little more experience, I don't think that was a good alternate. Felt like maybe it was, like we had to step back a little bit because of the turrets, so this is resulting in 2 enemies getting killed. We do lose Twitch. Now we lose Garen. I gotta be careful here, I'm quite low. A couple of tower hits and I would be dead. Yeah, Demon Axe says we should be. Yeah, I agree, that's right. We're just gonna get ourselves killed if we stay. What was I saying? Items. I know that a lot of people, I think, go the sort of tier the goddess into Archangel Staff route, and I think that's probably really, really good on Janna. She can use the extra mana, the mana regen. You know, there's a lot of situations you just don't want to be out of mana. It's more about casting constantly rather than casting things that hit for a lot of damage. I think I decided specifically that I wasn't going for it in this situation because, and in fact, I may end up going for it still by the end of the game. But I think it was because I had the clarity, I thought I could manage without, and in this case I was a little concerned about going survivability. The one problem with the Archangel Staff, while it's a very good item, it doesn't make you tougher. And I felt like that was my biggest vulnerability in this game, so I wanted to focus on things that gave me some hit points. And it's certainly not like Soul Shroud is bad, certainly not that Rod of Ages is bad.